Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sasha. Today we are going to be doing my very first time listening to and watching 17's new comeback, Maestro. I keep pronouncing it in my brain Maestro, so that might slip out a few times. I'm pretty sure it's Maestro though, but the way that it's spelled, it makes me want to say Maestro. Anyway, we are going to be doing this reaction from my room where we normally do going 17 reactions because I am still recovering from surgery, not quite ready to set up everything in my main filming area in front of my bookshelves yet. We had to remove some things to my room to make room for my recovery with my wheelchair, my walker, things like that. So all of the stuff that used to be in my room next to my bed over here is now in my filming area, and I'm not ready to move anything. I can't move anything. So we might be in this room with this background for quite a few videos, maybe for all of May. I really have no idea yet. I'm just taking it day by day. I'm a little behind on trying to get back to filming, but like, what does that even mean? I don't know what it's going to look like to try and come back to a filming schedule as I'm recovering, but today I had an opportunity and I'm feeling pretty good. But I'm probably going to crash after this. Somehow, some way, I've already filmed 4 videos for my book channel, Read With Me, Sasha Marie on YouTube. It is linked down in my description below. They were all pretty short, like just under 20 minutes or some even under 10 minutes. So this will probably be the longest video I'm starting with today. I would also like to potentially film a NCT Dream like reality show episode, and I would also like to film a Going 17 episode, but I don't know that I'm going to get to either of those today or let alone this week. It's already Thursday. I had some unexpected doctor's appointments this week I had to go to. I had a family emergency over the weekend that extended into the beginning of this week. It feels like I'm living in an alternate reality. I'm going to be totally honest. So I'm doing my best. I'm hoping we can get back to a regular schedule soon, but I don't know when that will be. So anyway, I definitely have been waiting to watch this video with you guys, and I don't want to wait anymore. So that's why it's the first reaction I'm going to be doing after my surgery. I just want to hear it. I haven't decided, honestly, if we're going to do an album review together. I'm pretty sure this is sort of like an anthology of a lot of their best songs. And honestly, that would be pretty cool because there's a lot of them that I haven't heard. I did look on Spotify at the track list, and I think we might try and do an album review together, but I would be sitting here like folding laundry instead of standing and putting everything away with you. So if you think that would be fun to watch, you let me know, because I think we might be trying to film that over the weekend or the beginning of next week, because I definitely have to do some laundry. So let me pull this up. Before I get started, as always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on both my channels, my book channel and this one, if you're into books. If you're here, I'm assuming you're into K-pop. Today I'm wearing my Your Pain Is Real shirt from Two Crow Collective. I'm a brand ambassador for them. I think they're a wonderful, amazing company. This shirt means so much more to me now that I had pain for over 6 months and was sort of dismissed a few times. Ended up in the emergency room twice before anyone was like, wait a minute, you have a very large cyst. And I was like, I should be complaining more. Especially when I saw the pictures of it, I was like, I did not complain enough. Anyway, Your Pain Is Real. If you want some more cool chronically ill and mentally ill merchandise, you can check out my link below for a discount. There's other stuff. There's my Etsy shop where I have K-pop merchandise. I did do something really exciting. I ordered 2 used copies of this new album to hopefully make new 17 bookmarks, because I believe I only have 4 left. I only made bookmarks from the FML era, and I only have 4 of them left. So I've been almost completely sold out, which is amazing. I'm pretty sure I made 3 for every member. So we have done a great job getting those new homes. And I'm really, really, really excited to I'll do the unboxing of the albums when they arrive. They're not going to have photo cards or anything. They should just have the photo books. But I'm really excited to see what they look like, to see what bookmarks we can make. And maybe I'll make that an entire little vlog of unboxing the albums and sort of making the bookmarks and which photos I choose and things like that. So I think that will be really fun. I can't wait. I haven't made new bookmarks for K-pop since Stray Kids 5-Star. That was the last time I was able to buy albums and make bookmarks from them. As far as I can remember, I maybe did an ATEEZ come back after that. I don't remember, to be totally honest. I will be having a sale on my bookmarks over the summer for just my K-pop upcycled ones. And if you want to stay up to date with everything I'm sort of spouting out right now of my brain, these videos for a while might be a little more scatterbrained than normal because I just haven't been talking to anyone really. So all my thoughts are coming out at you. I apologize, the fast forward button exists. If you want to stay the most up to date with everything that's going on, I try and post weekly on Patreon with a catch up of what I'll be posting and filming for YouTube, what I'll be adding or updating on Etsy, and what I've been reading and posting about for my book content. So that is part of the $1 tier and all the tiers above. The $3 tier on Patreon, you can watch my YouTube videos early. And then the $10 tier, you can do all of those things. Plus, you get a photo card every single month made by my Etsy shop. I'm going to stop talking now about that. I'm going to pull up these videos. I pulled them up earlier so they would be ready. We're going to be watching Maestro official music video, Maestro official music video choreography version, and then choreography video of them performing this like on stage, on tour probably. That's the version of the practice video they did. I'm a little hesitant about doing the dance analysis, and I want us to all recognize it's not going to be up to my usual standards because my brain just isn't ready for that. But I'm just going to try and give an overview of like, this was cool, and go from there. I'm going to try and take notes like I normally do, but I'm not expecting much. I'm expecting this to be mostly my reaction to it and not like a super deep, in-depth analysis of anything. But it is a faraway stage video. Kind of reminds me of when they did super choreography video from the like gymnasium basketball court type style thing, and those are good for overall positioning, but it is really challenging to pick up on the details of things, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Let's just get it started with the music video. God, I've rambled so long. I've been talking for 10 minutes. What have I talked about? I don't know. Starting in, let me get all my settings right. Hold on. I'm getting too excited. No. No. Captions are on. Oh yeah, I got a new mic. That's another thing I should have mentioned. I hope it sounds okay. During the surgery of things and like moving things in my room, my old mic got completely crushed. And it's really sad. It's in pieces. So yeah, I had to order a new mic. Hopefully it sounds good. It has an extra little thing I can add to it if it has too much. I don't know. I haven't used it yet, so I don't know what it's going to sound like. Anyway, got a new mic. So if things sound a little different, that may be why. I also don't normally use mics for dance analysis, but because I'm farther away from the camera and in a new room, it was necessary. Sasha, stop talking. Starting in 3, 2, 1. I get to just relax and watch this. Yay. This is my little tray that we had to get. Oh! Wow, that's some font. Was that Rapline? Oh, there's Dance Line. Is Scoops not in this? I'm gonna be pissed. Oh, he's sitting on the little, like, there's Scoops! Look at the robots show what's up. Oh my god, Vernon's got the little robot dogs. Genius producer Uzi. Let's go. With his little emo hood on. DK! Ha! Ha! Oh my god. This is... This is so sick. This music video. Let's go, Tina! I can't get too excited. Oh my god. Oh my god, yay! Come on, Wanu, fight, fight, fight! Look at that ripple! Is that June? Oh my gosh. Come on, Hoshi. So fun! The different visuals every time it flashes? Stop it! I'm gonna do a pitch only dogs can hear. I need him to not body roll at me like that. Oh, the flashing's kind of a lot. I don't... Sometimes I can handle flashing, sometimes I can't. Today is maybe an I can't handle it day. Oh no, is he gonna have... I thought he was gonna have robot eyes for a second. Oh, these outfits! Oh! Hit the pockets! Oh my god, the footwork! That's so fast! How's Dino and Scoops rapping after the 8? I'm not over it. I am... The metronome? That's sick! That's so sick! Ah! Okay. Oh my god. Amazing, incredible, 100 out of 10. No notes. I need to lay here for a minute. Hold on. Everyone collect themselves. Thankfully, I'm not in any pain, which is good. Because I was not able to control my reaction at all. I needed to be like a little more relaxed than I was, but it's 17. What do you expect from me, okay? That is such a dark and creepy music video, and I feel like they've been doing such fun ones recently. Like God of Music had the donkey in it and like all the bright colors and was super camp and so fun. And this was not that. And this had a lot of editing in it and a lot of like you could go back and watch this so many times to catch all of the little like instrument and musical apparatuses sprinkled throughout. Like we had Mingyu sitting on the leveling like button things. We had the metronome at the end. There was so much, and every time it flashed, it was a different image in the background. And that's kind of the fun thing I get to do when I make my thumbnails is I go through frame by frame to pick my favorites to make my thumbnail. And so I will hopefully get to see as I'm making my thumbnail like frame by frame what was in each flash. And it's so freaking cool how these editors make stuff like this. I'm so fascinated by their expertise and just everything that's hidden in this music video. Also, the coloring is so good in this. I love their outfits. I love that it's mostly black, white, blues, and reds. I think that color palette is so stunning on anyone. I think it works so well with the vibe overall and the tone of the song. And I really love how impactful the last outfit change felt, because there have been some other groups where they'll do like their best two outfits in the beginning, and then they'll by the last outfit, I'm like, I liked the other ones better. Like, this isn't a big, exciting reveal. This was a big, exciting last outfit reveal with Uzi in the front, with the slick back blonde hair, with those little like wings of his lapels. Is that what they're called when they're on the top? I don't know jacket terms. But God, it was stunning. I loved it. 100 out of 10, so good. I love the outfit. I love the sound of the song. Oh, the switch up? Like, I can't wait to hear just the song. We're gonna hear it next because it's the choreography version. But there was that pause, and then it switched into the 8, and then Scoops and Dino. Oh my God. That was so good. We had all my favorite things. We had like, they continue to give Mingyu the big like sort of transitional verse where it's like this verse is so important, and then we go into the big like chorus section. They continue to give Vernon center on the first like big come together dance moments. I love that so much. Oh, everyone was highlighted so well in this. To my first like first watching it, I just liked it way too much. I'm so happy. I just want to watch it again. So we're gonna go into the choreography version. I need to calm down. I do. So let's all keep that in mind. It's not gonna happen, but it should happen because I need it to. Okay. Is everyone ready? Okay, we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. I love the piano. I haven't even really listened to the music of this. That's so sick. Do they toss the baton from member to member? And I don't mean physically toss, but like pass. He looks so good. Look at him dancing. Look at him dancing. I can't look at them making 2 lines like they do in Hot as well. Look at Sunsan and Uzi that were in that back row crushing. This is Uzi's best hair. Fight me on that. Ow, look at that ripple. Oh my God. I don't love the outfits in the background. It makes it really hard to see what they're doing. They blend in with this background way too much. They should have been in like that white outfit. Oh, Jesus Christ, Dino. You're giving me stomach pains. Please calm down for my health and well-being. Oh my God, the feet. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is way better. Them in all black, the floor in all white. Great. This is so good. That other scene, they should have changed one or the other. They should have changed the outfits or the floor. Oh my god. Oh my god. No pause, straight into it. And he has the little conductor wand stick now. I don't know what they're called. This is the best outfit. Here we are. The beat underneath is still going as fast as they were. That was insane. And also incredible. And I have some minor complaints that have nothing to do with the choreography so far. My complaints are things I've said in the past. I'm so sorry. I might try and cut it out so you can't just see my hand literally on my stomach. I still have... Anyway, I don't want to gross anyone out. Anyway, use your brain, have some thoughts. So the first scene, hard to tell what they're doing, especially, like, as just a performance, as just watching it, so good. I love this choreography video. I could do without the flashing, but it does make it look cool, so I get that. I really think they did themselves a disservice, or whoever, by having the same color. So, like, the first outfit was all dark, and both the floor and the background also all dark. It meant that a lot of the movement got lost, and all we could really see visually was their faces, which I'm not complaining about seeing their faces, right? I love them. I love to see their faces. But from an analysis point of view, that's not the best. The next scene, the one in the middle, perfect. We had the white floor. The background was still dark, which made it a little difficult to see upper body, but we could see footwork, and the footwork was what was highlighted the most in that section. So that was a very smart choice on the director, the visual people, whoever, whatever, planned this out. That was a really smart choice to make it the white floor for the section where you're watching their footwork the most. Then we go to the end where they have more white in their outfits, but it's still a little bit of a darker background and flooring. Not the best visually to pick up on movement, but not as bad as the first scene. So that was also like, okay, I'll give you a pass on that, I suppose. I can't get over, like, I enjoy the beat change when the 8 starts, and then we have s.coups and Dino, and then we have it continuing from there. What I was wanting to tell is because when Uzi has his little moment where he is controlling the group in the front, that beat is so fast. That is like, that is also what their movement is doing. That is, try and physically move your body. Like, it hurts my brain how fast that is. What's really cool is that we get the whoa, 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 whoa. I don't really know what it is yet. This is my second time hearing the song. But we get that part, and it's like Joshua, I think, comes forward. And he starts doing the ba-da, ba-da, But, and I thought the first time we watched it, I was like, oh, okay, it just goes back to the regular cadence and like slows back down. Underneath Joshua Bada, it's it didn't stop. They just layered the two on top of each other, and the whole rest of the song continues with, and it sort of grows up, and it not grows up. It's sort of like I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it feels like it's gonna go faster, 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 and then it just goes back to ba-da-da, 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 ba-da-da. So crazy. There's already fast footwork in this, but as soon as they highlight that crazy Uzi fast beat, it doesn't stop until the end. That's absolutely insane. We are going to watch the choreography video together. I'm going to watch it the first time and decide if I even want to try and do the dance analysis right now, or maybe come back to this at a later date, just based on how I'm currently feeling. But I am really excited that we got to at least watch it together and get my first reaction on camera together. So that makes me really happy. But let's see if I'm going to be able to do a dance analysis today or not. We're going to watch it. Let's see what happens. No. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Oh, he does have a wand. It's just really skinny there. It's pretty easy to see them though, because their black is like true black, and everything else looks really gray. So this is great to actually see their movement. I'm very happy with this, and it's not as far out from them as I thought it was going to be. They're so tall. It freaks me out every time. It's almost difficult to tell how tall they are until you see them so far away. You're like, Jesus. That stomp means business. Ugh. That's cool too. Who choreographed this? This is so stylized. Like, obviously there's a lot that goes with the song, with the Maestro movements, but this is like very grungy hip-hop. We did see a little bit of that in Super, I guess, but oh, they're controlling the groups on the side. Na, 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 na. Stop. Oh my god. I love this too, the pull to slowly come. I can't pick a thing. I'm so. I'm trying to. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. Go, go, go. Ha! That arm was so fast too. back to the original beat. They keep going that fast. Ow. We have to watch it again. I don't even know if I'm going to comment, but we just have to watch it again. So, frick. Oh my gosh, my stomach hurts so bad. Okay, another break to stretch. We're going to watch this again. Here we go. I don't. Hold on, please. Starting in 3, 2, 1. I'm mad at how good this is. I'm genuinely upset. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah. That's a little like Fosse-esque. There's so much in this. There's so many groups doing such big different movements. We had 3 and then 3 pull out in the main group, but it was 3 groups, then it was 2, then 3, then 2. This would take me so long to analyze. Like, genuinely. Ooh. Wow. That's one of the only ripples in this whole thing, isn't it? And stomp. That's fun. I like that section. They do so much. Oh, don't get too excited. Please relax. Look at the hands shake. Ooh, the feet. See, we have undertones of the fast, but it's not. They have ripples in the dancers, but not their own group. Hoshi never fails to control the group at least once, I feel like. And stomp. Boom. Dun 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 ba-da. This is slow, but after this, it's not. That whack starts the fast section again. Dun, da, da, ba, 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 ba. Wow. I could maybe try and analyze this. Not well, and not as in depth as it should be, but I'll give it a good old shot for you. Since we're here, since I feel like I have some of this in my brain now, this is probably the best time to try and do it. So, let me write down Maestro. Okay, wish me luck. We're gonna watch this again and analyze it. Are you ready? I don't know that I'm ready. Got a lot to talk about. Jeez Louise. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Shake is in this? Are you kidding me? Oof. June in this section, I'm pretty sure that's him behind Mingyu in the back. Wow. Okay, friends, I wrote down a lot of stuff. I'm kind of surprised with myself. I kind of always surprise myself, if you haven't noticed, when I do dance analysis thing, because I sort of under promise, over deliver, if you will. So I got a full page of things written down. Let's talk about it. Interesting, I think, and I did talk about this in, was it in HIT recently, where we have some fun parts in the choreography where some of the group members are facing the back, some of the group members are facing the front. Sorry, you just touched the mic. Most noticeably, that happens when you have someone controlling, doing the maestro parts. It also happens when you have some select groups. It happens when we have the three over here and the big group in like two diagonal lines. They're facing the back for that section. It happens again when we have like two lines and a group of people in the middle. And it's just a lot of directional facing is interesting and different in this choreography. Generally speaking, if you're performing, you're gonna be facing the audience. So I think it's really fun and, like I said already, interesting that they chose so many moments intentionally not facing the front. If I had more time and more brain power, I could tell you why I think they did that. But today, I'm just going to point out that they did. We had in the beginning, and it repeats towards the end, this section where they sort of like kick out. They do like a flick, that entire section is giving like a little bit of Fosse Broadway elements to this. And as a song that's called Maestro, that has just come together for me. And I think that's a really cool, like, nod homage to Broadway and things that have like an orchestra and performers working together in tandem live at the same time. And that style is so hard to miss that anytime we saw it in this dance and there were two sections where it's repeated, I was just like, ooh, that is really cool that most of this is so hardcore hip hop. And then it's just like flick, flick. Like that is so Fosse, that is so fun. And then like the kick out, that again is so reminiscent of like more of a Broadway style. So I really like that. The group work, 17 always does really well. I am possibly the most impressed I've ever been with the group work, except potentially the one time that Uzi has his shadow on the floor. That is the only other time I was more impressed than I am right now. The groups in this are kind of crazy. My favorites are all sort of in the beginning because after this, the groups involve 17 and the dancers, but I sort of want to just talk about 17 making different groups. So we already talked about the one where it's the three people in the front, and then you have the two diagonal lines. As they're switching, you have three people from the other side pull to the front. So you have three people here, three people here. You have your two lines kind of like going center, and then they turn to the opposite direction, and the other three people become part of this group. Amazing. I loved it. It was genius. We also have the two lines while Joshua's on center, and then we have a group with two lines as well. The group choreography, it's its own thing. Like, genuinely, I was just trying to watch what's happening sort of on or near center, what is like the main focus of this. But we could do an entire analysis just on what the groups facing the back, what their choreography is. And I sort of do this because when I go back and watch the videos on my own time, I like to watch every single member of 17 at least once do the choreography so I can follow their track throughout the entire dance. And I learn so much more when I do that. When I did it with Super, it was the first time that I saw like members helping pull each other through the legs for that part of Super. Like there's just members coming in the back when everyone else is in the front. There's just so much that you miss when you're focused on what they want you to be focusing on. So we could do a whole separate video probably of what their choreography is facing the back. Because from this first couple these first couple watches, I don't think it's the same choreography, just facing a different direction. I do think it's different. So there's like 3 times as much choreography in this dance than we're actually commenting on and actually seeing, which is wild. Something I found really interesting in the choreography overall is the balance between really hard movement and really soft movement. We see the first few instances of really hard movement, and it's going to be more challenging than normal for me to sort of show what I mean because normally I would like demonstrate like the tough sections or whatever, and I can't really do that now. But there's a part where they throw their arm up, and as they do that, they're like kicking their leg back and tapping the ground, tap, tap. It's like, that is almost a little crump-like in the style of it. That's very hard. Then we also have the hard parts where it's, and stomp. Like everything Vern is on center for, and then eventually Mingyu is on center for. That is also very hard. And then we have the and punch, and that is another hard part. The thing that is fun though is that it will go into these like really soft sections right after. Like we have the kick, and then I'm pretty sure they do some footwork, and then they like glide somewhere else. And then we have the and punch, and then they body roll. And it's all these like super cool things. We have this really, in Vernon's section, he hits almost like a rhombus, which is like a TikTok meme where it's like, okay, you can throw it in a circle, but can you throw it in a rhombus? And now all these people are trying to throw it in a rhombus. That's the side of TikTok I'm on, if you're wondering. But Vernon legitimately goes like 1, 2, 3, 4. He like literally makes a rhombus with his body. And then immediately after that, when they switch to a different person on center, they do the 1, 2, 3 melt 4. And then they do like an around thing where it's like an illusion of their head and their body doing two different things. So that was another like really smooth, soft section right after a rhombus, a very hard, sharp angle section. So it happens in two different ways. It happens with their energy. There'll be really hard stomps, there'll be really hard punches, there'll be really hard like throws, and then there'll be a glide, or there'll be whatever. Or it could be like really sharp angles, and then like like really groovy, loose movements after. So I thought that was cool, was the balance throughout this choreography. Not only do they do that stomp part, which is super cool to add not just the visual of being hard, but you have the sound of the stomp, which I think is very fun. It could be its own genre of dance. There is stomp as like a dance style, and it's all about how you incorporate sounds into your movement. It's sort of similar to tap, but tapping is obviously its own thing. But there are so many styles of dance in this, it's wild. So we do have that stomp, and then when they come around, their leg kicks back and they hit the bottom of their hand. And that is another moment where they're making, ow, as I stab myself with my pencil, they're making a sound through their movement. And I think for the whole song to be about music and sound and inherently like movement through sound, I think that was sort of genius. So I like that a lot. Another way that they create balance, which I kind of touched on already, is they have that fast footwork where it's like heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, and then they turn to face the front, and then they like fake run, glide, glide, glide. So we have like ba 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 ba, boom, boom, like again, sharp angles, very fast into some sort of glide, slow movement. I thought it was a really cool visual when the dancers came in, and I thought it was also interesting that originally 17 don't necessarily interact with the dancers, and what it looks like to me is that 17 is the voice of the music and the dancers are the instrument of the music, because the dancers are constantly doing these ripples really big behind 17 that are complementing them, but 17 is sort of doing its own thing. And the only like direction I could see them taking with the intention behind that choreography is 17 is the voice and the sound and the vocal on the track. The dancers represent the actual instrument and actual music on the track. And if you were looking at like a mixing board on a computer or something, you would see two different lines, and it would be like the instruments here and the vocals here. And that is very much what that was representing to me in that moment. That does change a little tiny bit when we have 17 members controlling the dancers in two different groups and then 17 in the middle. And we can extrapolate like so many different things from that. But I'm just going to note that is like the one time 17 is actually engaging with that like separate entity that they need and complements them, but they don't need them all the time, essentially. We didn't have too many level changes in this, like we've seen 17 do in the past with some of their other choreography. One level change I even wrote down was the trapezoid one with Vernon, because it is very like up, down, up. That is a level change. We had a super sick level change when they were moving from like a clump formation to spread out. I don't remember what part it is. I don't remember who was like on center for it, but the way that they move to their spots, all of their individual choreography for that is so cool. And I want to really watch each dancer do that. I thought it was really cool that for the eights part, and we had sort of this hand motion in the beginning as well. I don't know if it's a replica or if it's the same choreography as what we saw in the beginning because they're so far away, I'm so far away. Hard to tell what exactly is happening. But I thought it was beautiful, kind of, that they make his part some sort of hand movement when, to me, that has become his signature. And I mostly say that because of Hot and how when he did in Hot, he would do a different choreographed hand motion for every single performance. And it's almost like they're giving him an homage. Like, this is his signature thing. This is what you know him for and like wait for in the choreography is what he's going to do with his hands. And instead, you have every 17 member doing something with their hands around him. It gets me so emotional. I love that part. I don't know if that's the intention behind it, but that is what my brain put together, and I think it's so freaking sweet. And if that's not the intention, maybe it should have been because it's amazing and I loved it. The only sort of groovy part we get in this choreography is one of s.coups' part. I think it's right after the 8 when it's s.coups and Dino going back and forth. And it's kind of like the calm before the storm because that is right before we get Uzi's group coming forward. And I wrote down like tap/house. I talked a lot about house in my HIT dance analysis, so please go check that out if you want more information. But especially the toe tap at the end of that choreography, that is a very like tap 101 thing that can also translate into other styles like hip hop, whatever, like Broadway does that. Like, there's a lot of different styles of dance that also do that toe tap. But that footwork in that, having your hands in your pocket, makes that so much more impressive, especially coming from like a balance situation. When else did they have their hands in their pockets? I've definitely talked about people having hands in pockets before and why that's so impressive, and I can't remember what choreography it was. It's on my channel somewhere. So if you want to do a deep dive through all my dance analysis, you'll find the clip. But essentially, trying to dance that freaking fast or at all with your hands in your pockets takes it from like a 9 to a 100. Because even if you try and run outside with your hands in your pockets, the momentum of your body, your hands are a counterbalance to what your body movement is doing. Taking that counterbalance completely away totally engages your core, totally forces you to be like really upright, or if you are to bend over, to then like squat more and be more grounded. So many things are connected when you take your arms away from the movement and you don't give your body a choice to be counterbalanced. That is, it's so fast, first of all. Like, it's so impressive just by itself. But then when you're like, also don't use your hands. Okay, all right. Loud and clear. You just want to kill us. Like, that is so hard. I'm so impressed with that whole section. After that, we go into Joshua's nice and slow section that is immediately broken up by them doing like a whack arm into the flossy flick again. So that was so interesting because I was so focused on Joshua the first couple times. I was like, okay, so the music is still fast, but they have slowed back down. No, only Joshua. only the person on center stays nice and slow. The group behind him starts off slow with him and then goes back into that really, really fast, like ticka 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 ticka, so insane. we've now come to the ending, and it's Wanu on center, being our maestro. The thing that this immediately reminds me of is how they ended in Super. Like step, 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 step. And it's nice and slow. It does have the ripple where they do the like all of that stuff. So very, very reminiscent of Super for me. Not in a bad way, not in like, oh, they copped out, oh, they're copying something they've already done. Just like another little nod and homage to something they've done before in the past and to something that's like a signature of them. So I really enjoyed it. This song goes so hard. The choreography goes even harder. The music video was not what I was expecting whatsoever. I was just so lulled into a false sense of like security with God music that I didn't see this coming. But I'm so happy with it. I can't wait to keep watching it for the rest of the day today. And I'm going to do that because I need to go lay down. I hope you enjoyed my reaction. I hope you guys are loving this comeback. As soon as my albums arrive, I will definitely start recording my unboxing of them and making my bookmarks from them. If you want to check out what bookmarks are available, you should know where to go. It's dreamingofstarsco.etsy.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!
I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.